Oh, it's good. This is good. This is much needed. And it's also exciting stuff. So first and foremost, thank you. I wanted to congratulate you guys all again for reaching level 14. It's
Woohoo!
cool. You are officially the highest campaign that I've ever done. So yeah, this is
Same.
pretty awesome. We're all, so I guess if we're all, I guess, in new territory, it's pretty wild.
But this is not the highest party Brad's been part of.
Hey.
Brad has been pretty high.
He's already transcended a few times.
Fair enough.
Oh man.
Here we go.
The Faz is on.
All right. So last time you guys completed 2 of the Sphinx's trials to gain access to the Forge of Souls in hopes of rescuing your dear and sort of imprisoned friend Ano, who is trapped in the Soul Ripper, an evil sword that was wielded by a very, very evil dragonborn named Sezzec, who, as you have come to learn or have, know because of your experiences, was a zealot to Demogorgon. So, you guys, the first trial you completed with Gaia, guiding her through a dark and dreary and dangerous forest with relative ease, because I didn't make the DCs high enough. But, here we are.
There were a lot of 20s there, though.
There were so many 20s. I couldn't believe. I mean, why do you? Okay. And the second and last trial was under the arch of so many I had not thought death had undone so many, where it was a survival trial where hordes of zombies were reanimated by a blood and thunder hourglass. And after you decimated parts of the zombies, the Sphinx incorporated 3 Balors until the end of the trial.
I should have saved my Baylor Club t-shirt for tonight.
And after that, the room, the hourglass kind of shunts together, and you see the liquid mixture shine and do its thing and explode, and you emerge back in the Sphinx's lair. His pedestal is now a large pool of this green, brown, gold liquid where light kind of shines and almost heavy as you see outlines kind of dip and wave around the perimeter of the Forge of Souls. The Sphinx, from behind, says, "Well done, mortals. This is the Forge of Souls. As long as you remain in my lair, you will have as much time as you need here. However, you can only ask one question of me and perform one action. I will give you time to deliberate, rest yourselves, and choose wisely."
Well,
It's kicking every of my being not to ask him, what question can we ask?
Oh no!
Part of me's like, is that one question each, or? And then it's like, that was your question.
yeah.
Can I get a clarification? Is Brad still old?
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry, Brad.
All right.
I don't think and this is talking, yeah. I don't think that he would monkey paw us. Do you guys?
I feel like no. I mean, all these trials were about, being good and definitely not evil and stuff, so I would think that he represents that. Not to mention, all the lights and holy imagery.
Okay, so as you guys are sort of looking around, getting familiar with the place, you notice that around the base of the pedestal, not seen before, but now have been revealed, is an inscription of it in Celestial all the way around the base. And the light seems to thicken as you get closer. It's almost like the light itself has this materiality to it, where it's almost liquidy, kind of almost like a lava lamp kind of thing flowing around, except it's green and gold and very, very pretty looking.
Can I read the Celestial?
You may. The Celestial says, where is it?
And I'll read this out loud as I'm looking
Okay,
at
so as
props.
you walk around the pedestal, kind of tracing the Celestial with your finger or your hand, it says, "I saw how light contains within its depths all things, bound in a single book of love."
Poetic.
I like it.
While we're figuring this out, I'm going to try to get a short rest in.
Okay.
Yeah, so also nap.
Feel free to use your hit dice, regain short rest stuff.
I already used mine with that potion.
Yeah. Well, you know, I've got the other guy. I'll take a short rest as well.
I'll give you a song of rest as well.
Oh, your Song of Rest? That's a D8
Rest?
for you?
Nice.
Uh,
I know it's a
Yeah.
D6 for Brad, so.
no, D10 now. It's been D10.
Right.
And a D10. Does that give that to everybody?
Yep.
Cool.
Okay, so what are we doing? The Sphinx regards you all, looks on you. He goes, "I am proud of your abilities. You have, in order, displayed valor, compassion, wisdom, and fortitude. The true makings of heroes."
So, guys, should we ask if he can bring forth all the souls trapped within the Soul Ripper? And
All of them?
Well, yeah. Wasn't there like a bad guy in there?
don't we want to like destroy him though? I mean, you can't just let a sword like that with him around remain, can we?
So there was him. There's at least Anolo, and then I remember Anolo mentioning something about an acolyte to.
Yeah,
Brad,
in there.
Brad saw, some messed up Dragonborn dude in there, too.
That was Sezzec. So Sezzec, the Angel of Helm, and Anolo are all three in there.
Not
At
to
least.
mention whoever, else is in there.
Right. We don't just want to release. You don't want to just release them. That could be.
Nolo needs a body.
Hmm.
Did we grab
Or-
that dust?
What does?
Just a quick metagame. He kind of turned to dust when that happened, right?
No, he got sucked into the sword. All of him.
Well, I thought he did particleize and whoosh into the sword.
Yeah, but it went into the sword, right?
Yeah, all the particles, everything, every bit of Anolo is now in the sword.
I mean,
So what if we asked for only the good to come out of this? I mean, there's an angel that we know of, a Nolo, and a bad guy. I am certainly not good with wishes or trying to formulate the perfect question. But
With if you ask, it'd be funny if we asked, like, can you get them out of there? And he was like, no. And then that was it. And then we were done.
Oh, but
So, I cannot emphasize enough how strange your sense of humor is.
Weird.
so yeah, maybe we ask if Anolo and the Angel of Helm can be restored to us here in this material plane, and as an action, destroy the Soul Ripper.
And how?
I don't know. Maybe he knows.
Yeah,
He's
that's what.
got
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Shouldn't the question just be how to
Can-
do it? And then our action would be to do said thing?
Ender?
Yeah, I was just basically going to say that. Our question should be, how can Anolo and the angel be freed? And I guess, and semicolon, and destroy the demon. Right? Would that be right?
Or while.
Yeah,
How
while
can they be?
that's
Yeah, while destroying the demon.
But like, what if that's not possible? Then did we just waste everything?
not necessarily. That would tell us if there's kind of an either or
No.
if they can be done at the same time.
I mean, like, that would be our question. And then what if he's just like, you can't?
Yeah. It could be, you can either, the answer could be, it can't be done, meaning you can't free them and rescue and destroy the demon, or possibly it can't be done at all, or it can't be done in the way we phrased it, or something like that. So you have to be pretty careful with it.
Yeah. Again, like, I don't think that, he's probably not going to monkey paw us.
He does have a guy with
we're
trickery in it.
Yeah, that would be one of the final steps to make it hard, I guess.
Oh,
To mess with their Forge of Souls.
is the Sphinx here with us?
He is.
Yeah. Hey,
He's listening.
Don't ask a question. Don't ask any questions.
hey, Sphinx.
So what are you doing?
Hello. He's like licking his paws.
Lots of people probably come in here.
Less than you'd think these days.
We're here to try to get one of our friends out of this sword.
Noble of you.
We really hope that you know how to do that.
Well, there is a much power within the Forge of Souls. And he kind of flies over to it, puts his paws down and dips a bit of it, pulls a bit out. And you see it kind of liquefy and drip down almost. And you see like little bits of life form as it drops down into the back of the pool. And it kind of slops back down and rematerializes or reabsorbs into the pool. And I have some knowledge of magical things, but I cannot say all because I was only given so much knowledge, and the extent of this room is much of my existence.
Yeah, I bet you know how the Forge of Souls works then.
You would think that was assigned to guard the forge, not understand how it works.
Oh. I'm just gonna like telepathically communicate with everybody. Like, see, look, you can get a lot of information out of this guy without asking any questions. You just gotta be careful.
We gotta be very careful.
It feels really dangerous, and I like it.
I feel like the rest of the party is just all holding our breath right now, just like.
I think we all are, actually.
Yeah, right? In real life, I'm nervous.
So I just considered something, and in telepathic mind, if we do ask him to get Anolo out, it's a bit ominous what they call this forge. It's called the Forge of Souls. What if he did get him out with the angel, but they just became essence of the soul, the Forge of Souls, and not what we knew him once to be? I think we need to be specific, way more specific.
Wax, this is the one that you and I can agree on, is we need to free Anolo.
Yes.
You and I both would prefer to have him back in the form he was. At least if he's free of that sword, it's got to be a better fate for him.
Agreed.
So we just ask if he can return to us. Echo.
Your audio's cutting out, Red. Sorry.
Oh,
He hears an echo. I hear the echo.
all right, it stopped. Maybe we can ask him to return them to us as they were to the material plane. That maybe be specific enough.
In
As they
body and
were
soul.
when, however, is the question. If as they were as a child, or as they were in a nightmare, or as they were in a vivid dream, could be very different as what we assume what they were when they left. We have to be very specific, I believe.
How about just like as he was before he got sucked into the sword?
But possessed by the evil guy?
Yeah, before. If they were as they were before they were even possessed by. Why can't I remember his name all of a sudden? I just said it.
Sezzec?
Thank you.
He wasn't Sezzec.
I
It's
keep
not
trying to say-
Fezzec.
I keep almost saying Zarek, and I'm like, no, that's mean.
Hey, that's the BBEG of the whole campaign is going to be Zarek. You know that.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be disappointed if he wasn't. I've been around you the whole time.
But if we ask for them to be before Sezzec's influence, then will they remember anything that happened between then and when they were even put into the sword? That was a lot of time that Enola was with us, that he had the sword.
I do.
I mean, I wouldn't mind putting up with Enolo's goth phase if it really came down to it.
I am somewhat remembering something about the sword from legend. And sorry, because I hit this button and it started writing on a document. It was bad business. I do believe there isn't. I know. I recollect a way that the sword can be destroyed, or at least, destroyed. I think, if I remember correctly, a good creature may undertake the quest to transform the sword, which involves being pulled in to the sword and surviving the inner chaos and clearing it of all evil.
Wait.
What if... Go ahead, Brad.
Are you saying like Anolo might be defeating the sword right now?
I'm saying that perhaps Anolo doesn't have what he needs to destroy the sword of the... And that's why he hasn't destroyed it yet. So perhaps what we ask for is assistance for our dear friend Anolo in destroying all of the evil, namely Sezzec, from within.
That sounds like fun. I've never been in a sword before.
I say, perhaps we all... Wait. Are we good? Are all of us good?
I think that's a question we ask ourselves every Monday.
Oh,
Brad's a good guy.
Well, I
Brad, you
am
can do
curious
that.
as to why the arch only fired at a few of us.
Brad can sniff everybody the same way Enola used to, right?
Yeah.
But the archway fired at. I have a private theory why it was firing at me.
Do share. Now is the time, dear Anne.
Well, Wax, you were one of the ones it shot at. And personal feelings aside, looking at it as objectively as I can, I don't know if you're a good guy or not. You want to help a Nolo, that's good. But one good act doesn't necessarily make you a good person.
Yeah, but it also shot Brad, and Brad is a hero.
I would like to say this. I'm not specifically good or bad. I do what must be done to achieve the things that I feel must be done.
You know,
I am
that
neutral.
about you. But ultimately, sometimes you have to have an anchor point. I mean, I'm pretty pragmatic myself, but when it comes down to it, I want to do the right thing,
I agree.
even if that's not good for me.
Dear friend, I think that's another way in which we are alike, whether you choose to believe that or not. I believe maybe you have something to your theory, though. Perhaps it was going after those who were not specifically good, but perhaps ungood, or neutral, or evil, or even just unjust in their domain, so to speak. What if we just send in the good?
I'm willing to go.
I wasn't
Brad will
planning
go.
not
As am
not
I.
to go. Yeah.
I'll go.
I am willing to go and die within the sword if it means that a Nolo cannot come back.
I would say that's a good fact.
Wait, are we like really seriously all going into a sword?
Yay!
I mean,
Weird
I don't
cat.
think we have any other options, Brad.
But I mean, like, we could just go ask the Phoenix to get Anolo out and then destroy the
The
sword.
Sphinx?
Yeah, well, sorry.
I mean,
My
The
brain's
sword
old.
can only be destroyed by a character of good nature, destroying all evil within the blade.
but what happens if we all go in there and we destroy Sezzec and all the evil's gone, and then we're trapped living forever in the sword?
Well, he's all be together.
He might be kind of the focus of the sword's power, right? Because everything's got a focus or a core.
Also, like, no offense, Wax, but like, where did you hear this and how true can we figure out? Like, I don't want to get in a sword and have it turn out that we're just all trapped.
I do. I'm gonna go in the sword.
Yeah,
You
I
return to
barter
Brad.
in information. I thought I made part of that clear when we joined sides.
But is it peer?
Say that again. I didn't really cut off a little.
Is it peer-reviewed information? That's right.
Was it from a trusted source?
Provide your citations.
The
Was
source,
it double blind?
I would wager that the source is very good, as the person, the organization that paid me to get it paid very handsomely. I judge value and worth. Well, no. I judge facts based off of worth. If it was paid with not a lot of money, it is worthless and just smut, so to speak. But when they pay top dollar, it is something to be sought after.
Interesting.
Our goal is to get Anolo out. Yeah, I'd love to be like that angel out too, but what I really need to do is get Anolo out. So if our question is, how do we get Anolo out of the sword, comma, or failing that, how do we go into the sword to free Anolo?
All right.
What if we just get Anolo out and then throw the sword into the Forge of Souls and leave it there?
What if the weird dimension-slashing evil sword corrupts the Forge of Souls?
That's not very magical, is it? Like,
But the Forge of Souls is perhaps magical because it's not tainted with pure evil. I feel like if we don't destroy the evil, then it is left for some other person or force to be doing its own bidding. I think, and I just think that the evil needs to be destroyed. For us to get Anolo out, we have to destroy Sezzec.
You know, it suddenly occurs to me that we came all the way to a legendary forge without consulting a legendary smith. Anybody got some sort of smithing experience? Maybe we're supposed to unmake the sword.
I mean, like, I hung out with some giants, but, like, I don't think that counts, really. I just more watched them than anything else.
Oh, we
I
can
know
go
nothing
back.
of metal work.
We can go back, get one of the metal guys, and then come back and do the trials again.
I mean, like, actually, the truth is, if we really mess up, we could just do it again. We survived the first time. So long as I don't get any older, I think I'll be all right.
I don't know if we get more than one chance here.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yes, I like you, Soot. You are quite my favorite in this group. But let me just give a background slightly of what I remember. And so I pop out my memory, right? And it is me reading text or, acquiring the information. And it's set, and I'm just going to go over the first part here. Once every few millennia, a mortal corrupted and twisted by the symbol of the Demogorgon does something to attract the attention of the Syllabit Prince. Sibilant? Yeah, whatever. These mortals lead cults and cause havoc, but often burn out quickly. But then there are some mortals whose chaos and remorseless zeal for the annihilation of all life becomes legend. The last mortal to achieve this status was Sezzec, the dragon-born zealot of Demogorgon, whose carnage verged on genocide, and Soul Ripper was created for him. I feel we must defeat the soul in who this sword was created for, to destroy it finally. And quite frankly, I am afraid to go into the sword. I'll be honest. I'm afraid this is not something that... My friend is in there and he's alone. Your friend is in there and he's alone. Perhaps we need to ask... Our one question is how we can give aid to Anolo to destroy the sword, to get him back.
Yeah, how do we help Anolo get out of the sword and destroy it?
I'm just gonna Sphinx. Sphinx is.
Yes.
We wanna go into this evil magic sword and destroy the evil in it.
I see no sword.
Oh, he's got it. Who's got the sword?
I have it, I think.
Show
I shake it out of my pack without touching it.
Was it? I thought it was in a bag of holding.
Oh, is it?
Might
maybe
be in
it
my
is.
bag of holding it.
Yeah, I think it's in Tucker's bag.
Okay, I think that's right. I can't remember.
Okay. Kind of summon it and gently pour it onto the ground so it doesn't shake out of that scabbard.
Okay. So as the blade emerges from the bag, you see its black tip, black iron blade kind of glisten with a moisture almost. Its handle, this inverted Y that is a symbol of Demogorgon, and the blade down near the base, you see that it is actually two blades kind of merged into one to symbolize the two heads of Demogorgon, and tentacles wrap all the way down the hilt. And it clanks on the floor. You see the Sphinx go kind of regard it and doesn't really back up, but just kind of eyeballs it in his austere, curious kind of way, and he looks slightly concerned. That is an old weapon. How on earth did you acquire this weapon?
I'm gonna be honest. I semi forgot how Anolo got that sword.
I'm gonna
Semi.
point. I'm gonna point at Tyrael.
So
Sure,
first-
blame the tieflings. No.
So first we found the hilt in, I believe it was one of the weird mushroom thingies that the weird spore druid was messing with.
That's
And
right.
Anolo kept the hilt for a good long time, and then we exorcised the demon Sezzec from Tyrael. And upon doing so, he went into the hilt and became Soul Ripper.
Thank you.
Yeah, this guy's been around for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as Snow relates this information, the Sphinx looks around at all of you, and he's just kind of a bit taken aback that you have carried such a weapon around with you and not been more forthcoming with your information. He goes, this weapon needs to be destroyed. This weapon was designed by Demogorgon himself in an effort to bring about the abyss, the total void, the ruination of all things with the aid of his cultists and his zealots. This device is meant to collect souls, to open a gate to the abyss to allow him to come through. How dare you not be more forthcoming?
Oh, we didn't know.
I'm not sure we knew all that. All we knew is our buddy is stuck in there. And that's what we're trying to do, is get him out of there. And there's an angel too, I guess. Get him out too. And then, let's destroy it. Sure, I'm all on board with it. How dare we? We didn't know. We're just frail mortals, as you keep pointing out.
To be fair, you've only given us one question. I mean, you've asked many things from us.
I do not make the rules.
That's okay. That's okay. We can use statements. It's good.
I got one. We are here for instruction to destroy this sword.
And get the friends out.
Yeah,
Well, very well. You still need to ask one question and perform one action.
are we biting this bullet, guys?
Yay!
Who wants to be our lawyer for this?
So it will, but you shouldn't
So the
let him.
To the group, not to the Sphinx, I think the question I'm going to ask you is, how can a person be freed from the sword and the sword destroyed?
What action can we take to free Anolo from the sword
And then destroy,
and
the
destroy
sword.
it?
Nice.
All right.
I think he's got it.
You want to ask it, Soot? You were to look at?
No. You shouldn't let him. Don't let Soot ask.
So say it again.
Oh, I was saying just exactly what you had, but what action can we take to?
What action can we take?
Because we can only take
free
one
our
action, and we can only
friends
ask
from
one
the sword?
question. The question should definitely be, what action are we going to take to accomplish this task?
What
Yeah,
action can
I
we
think that
take
sounds
to
good.
free Anolo
While destroying Soul
and
Ripper.
destroy the sword?
And then destroy the sword. Like, if you can somehow also sneak in and return to our normal age, I'd really appreciate that. Like, I'm pretty sure it's gonna rain tomorrow, if you know what I mean.
Do you have to pee a lot? 'Cause,
Oh no. so terrible.
Oh, Sphinx.
Yes.
What action can we take to free Anolo and destroy the sword?
He sits back down on all of his paws, looks at you, kind of gets down, sniffs, and retracts again. You may toss the sword into the forge, and upon it breaking its circumference, a gate will be opened that allow you safe passage into the sword, but only for a time. You must complete your duties inside and your responsibilities and vanquish this being Sezzec from within the blade. Once you return to the portal, once anybody returns to it, you will be instantly transported back here safely. If you do not make it back, you will be trapped inside the sword will be destroyed in the forge, and your life will be forfeit. Part of the forge itself. Part of what makes the cinder spine glow.
Cool.
Oh shit.
Sign me up.
Like, how long is that, I wonder?
You mentioned a period of time.
Usually that sort of stuff sounds like eternity.
You'll be given, once you pass through, you'll be given a time. It is different for each group, for each person. I do not have that information, but it will be communicated to you once you arrive. The forge is beyond my wisdom, it is beyond my intellect.
So
what are we waiting for?
yeah, are we ready?
Brad's gonna just really nonchalantly just be like, boy, I sure wish I was 25 again.
You were
And like kind
25
of
when
look
we started this,
sideways
Brad.
at the Sphinx.
The Sphinx looks at you, and he gets down, he looks at you, have you changed your pants?
Oh. Oh,
Like,
how old are you,
yeah,
Brad?
actually, how very noticeable of you. Yeah, during that short rest.
That was wise of you.
I guess it depends.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Before we enter that sword, we should sleep on this and do it. It seems like we should take a long rest to get spell slots back.
Well, I didn't negotiate that, and the time might keep fluctuating, and we might wake up to infant me and bag of bones Brad.
Yeah, I mean, the Sphinx gave us one free long rest. I don't know if he'll grant us that same grace again.
I mean, I've got 6th level now. I can create a 5th if I need it. I've still got most of my 4th, 3rd, and 2nds.
I'm pretty solid too. I'm just, wondering. It'd be nice to go in here on a fresh sleep, but
Yeah.
I've burnt my 6th and 7th level spells, and I've got 1 5th level left, and the 1 4th, and all the.
How long has it been since we just got
2 out
done
of 3 or
with this
4,
trial?
and 2 out of 4 first.
Snow, I didn't hear you.
How long has it been since we finished that last trial?
You've been talking here?
Yeah.
I would probably peg it at about a half an hour.
Okay, so I have a half hour left of Chronostars. Right? Last an hour? double check.
Sphinx, we want to rest here for like 8 hours and then do the sword thing.
Can we crash on your couch?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, it's not humanoid. I can't do any cool tricks. Okay.
Can I help you?
Ah, yes.
Oh, I want
You
to
have
cast.
advantage.
I have advantage?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Good enough. I was going to cast friends on it.
Of course you were.
16 plus persuasion plus 5.
21.
You got, you have performed the trials. I would not say admirably, because some of you did not behave in such compassionate or heroic ways during the trials. If you had, I would have awarded you a hero's feast. But for this small request, I will grant you your long rest.
Cool.
Who messed up our chances at having a feast? What the heck?
There's no reason to
guy?
point fingers, Brad. That's not helpful. Let's not point fingers.
Alvin is like rubbing the little spot on his mouth where he chipped a tooth, tripping and falling. It's like, oh, I hope it wasn't me.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
Remember when he bit it on the stairs?
Quite literally.
Look in your hearts, you know who you are.
Whew.
That's too bad. Brad would have loved to taste Sphinx's cooking. That sounds really rad.
Okay. Long rest then.
Okay, so you guys are making camp. You're setting up. The place is safe for you. You have total freedom. You have 8 hours at least to rest. If you wish to do other things in the interim, that's fine too. What do you wish to do?
Actually, Snow would like to speak with the Sphinx for a moment.
Yes, little one.
So you don't know much about what's going on outside of this room right now, right?
I do not.
Well, there are these dwarves that are mining down here, and truth be told, part of the reason why we even found this place is because we were told to come down here and look for a way in.
You were hired? This is not a quest?
Oh, it's absolutely a quest. The hire's just, byproduct.
This sounds suspicious.
Well, see, the thing is, when we got down here, actually not far, just across from that gate, we actually found a crashed nautiloid from, mind flayers. Has there been any of their influence around here?
I know not what a mind flayer is, or what a nautiloid is.
Well, see, they're these weird squiddy things, and they really like magic and eating brains to try and take knowledge, and he's just gonna, rattle off everything that he knows.
You see the Sphinx kind of look at you, and he gets lower, and he's almost pulled into the store. He's like, well, this is fascinating. What else, little one, can you tell me about the outside world?
Well, before embarking on this quest, there were a bunch of elder dragons that have been trying to attack places and open up the realm gates to, take everything over and resurrect Tiamat. We've managed to thwart a lot of that so far, I think. Hopefully, we stopped a couple of gates from being opened. And he's just gonna give a quick little recap of a couple of the other little adventures.
Okay.
Like the unicorn and the fight against the big storm thingy.
So as you continue to talk, he gets lower, and you see his big, like leonine face just get closer and closer to you, and you realize one of his like incisors is a little bit taller than you. So, but by the time like he's got like his head down in his paws, and you feel the air from his nostrils exhale and kind of blow part of your scales a little bit and ruffle them as he listens.
Everything okay? You're getting a little close.
Fine, I assure you. Then it just his voice like thunders through your skull. You feel your form rattle.
Tail goes like wind just blows everything back a moment.
Yeah. Anything else?
I'll accompany him on my loot just to help him with the storytelling.
You see the Sphinx's ear just turn sideways towards you, where you're over there, as he's listening to your loot.
Yeah, I guess we just spent time resting and regaling of how we came to be here.
You know, when Ander is playing his lute, it reminds Wax of when Anolo and the crew from the clan would wake up early in the morning and sing our Goliath chants. And so I'm going to join him, whether he likes it or not, and just hum Goliath chants. So I'm going to turn into a Goliath and then that kind of stuff to your lute playing.
I'm not about it. I won't make a fuss.
Okay. That it?
I think so.
Well, Brad's once everyone else is done doing all their wild, crazy stuff and they're like settling in for the night, Brad's gonna just lean over to the Sphinx and be like, "Do you like riddles?"
You were permitted one question. This is not that question.
Oh, you're muted somehow.
Wait,
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
I have cities, but no houses. I have mountains, but no trees. I have water, but no fish. Huh, I wonder what that could be. And
The
Red's
Sphinx
just gonna walk away a little bit and pretend.
Yeah, the
I'll
Sphinx just
whisper to
looks
the
at you.
Sphinx.
Yeah.
I don't know the answer, but it's probably sea turtles.
Sea turtles?
It's not
Why?
sea turtles.
What is the fascination with the sea turtle?
We don't really know ourselves.
They're all sea turtles.
You
Somehow.
mortals and your figurative language.
It's all very frustrating, you know. We good, guys?
Yeah, anything else, guys?
I'm good.
Go to
Okay.
sleep.
So as you rest, night passes without interruption under the watchful gaze of the Sphinx. The lair is quiet, like almost too quiet, since you figure a beast of that size would breathe or make noise, but he is very, very still. And there's no sounds even coming from outside of this lair. It's like this whole place has been soundproofed. So which allows you to actually gain a good solid rest of some quiet sleep, much of which many of you need. Though it's not the most comfortable, and given your age, Brad, some people might rest more easily than others. But as you wake up, the Sphinx is still sitting there. His eyes have kind of gone milky white, and he looks at you and he goes, "This is your time now. You have but one task left ahead of you, and this will be your final access to the Forge of Souls.
If nobody has any qualms about it, I'd like to grab the sword.
All right. I mean,
I'm going to back you up, like kind of like spot you in case you start to go, all Sezzec again.
Okay. So, kind of grim-faced, I go over to this sword, and I just reach out my right hand and grab it, and just kind of keep it by my side as I walk over towards the pool. And I imagine I have to make some sort of save.
Yes, you do. I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Okay, so that's a 21.
Okay. So as you feel the blade call out to you, you feel this emanation of evil up through your hand and going up through your wrist. You manage to kind of keep it down, push it back down into the blade. You hear the voice of the sword speak to you in dark whispers, unnatural sayings, almost gibberish, like the void itself is trying to call to you. But you manage to put all that aside and focus on just holding the sword and walking towards the forge.
Like I would imagine just from the effort, like my right arm is shaking, and I kind of take a second to collect myself, and I raise it and just go, Sezzec, your reckoning is nigh, and I slam it into the Forge of Souls.
Okay. So as you bring it down, as you cross the threshold of the sort of liquidy light, you feel your hand kind of go, and it goes into slow motion, and it hits the sort of center of the light source, and you let go. The blade kind of is enveloped in this green, brown, gold liquid, and is thrust up out. And there's a moment where it hangs there suspended, and it kind of turns slowly, and you hear this boom, and all this green gold light just shatters out, and the blade becomes this hot white bit of magma, and it opens up from inside, opening this portal. And inside the portal, you see the realm of an abyss. It is an alien landscape. It twisted. It is dark. It looks extraordinarily cold. You feel this wind emerge from the portal and cross your face, and you feel it sting, almost like it is trying to pull your skin, even though it's blowing against you. The Sphinx looks at this. The time is now.
I step through.
I go in right after him.
Right.
Snow's gonna look back at the Sphinx to like, come what may. It's been a pleasure. And he's gonna jump right in.
He nods. Thank you for the information, little one.
Does this?
Yeah, I think so. We all have.
Oh, does it look like anything I recognize in there?
Make a history check.
Is that plus anything? No. 2. No.
Nah. It just looks like a weird land to you.
This is just same old weird land stuff. Got it. I'm jumping in.
Okay. Are we all in?
Yep.
Yeah.
So as you feel yourself thrust through this portal, and you feel this sucking sensation, you emerge on this kind of runic circle that's engraved in gold celestial writing, and it says, well, for Snow, just for Snow's benefit, this is the way. And in your minds, you all recognize that you have 2 days of your normal mortal life cycles to complete this task. Any more, and the gate will be closed. As you look around, the land is a blasted wasteland of black earth, twisted alien-looking kind of landscapes where sometimes the mountains can kind of do like curly cues, like this awful Dr. Seuss book. Vegetation is like scrub grass, and some of the trees that there are twisted in unnatural ways with long like tumors that kind of grow and pop and spill out this bilge all over the ground. There are, where is it? There is the sound of tearing, the sound of weeping, and as you look around, you just like it's just the land itself is cracking and shifting and moving under your very feet. Off in the distance, you see these floating kinds of eyeballs just scanning the landscape, totally just flying around, looking at other things. Off in the distance, you see large groups of humanoid things, or often another way you see like a herd almost. There are other locations. That's to the north. You see what appears to be floating on a moat of some kind, the remnants of a laboratory. And you also see there's other bits of rock and stuff that are floating around, almost like an inverse of Gaia's belt, just dark and dismal and very cold. There are patches of water, various lakes that look tepid and sullied. To your west, you notice that there is a remnants of the saloon from the Festerwolf field. To the south, you see what looks to be a crash ship kind of jammed sideways into the rock, or at an angle. And then all far into the distance to the east, you see crackling energy, like this red thunder and lightning. What appears to be a large lake with a tower emerging out of the lake. And hold on, let's see. You also notice a voice coming from the sphere around you. And it says, gotta unmute yourself here, Tucker.
Okay, so let me just turn this off because I'm shaking too bad. Welcome, fools, to my humble home. I, Sezzec, will rend your souls from your bodies.
And that's where we're gonna take a break.
This is just as much fun as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Epic.
Wow.
This is awesome.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. All right. I'll switch to intermission. We'll be back in a moment.
Okay.
We'll be back.
Yeah, welcome to the Abyss, guys.
Yes, dude. This is so cool.
We're back.
And we're back. Hey, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us for a little bit while we're on break. Yeah, so let's pick up to where we left off. So you guys have been pulled into the sort of pocket dimension of Abyss within inside this Demogorgon crafted sword, and the whole landscape is just not anything that is life producing. It's the antithesis of life. Gravity behaves weirdly. Things are moving around. It's not a place you'd ever want to be. But that said, so as you guys are crowded around this gold sigil carved into the blasted wasteland dirt of this landscape, Snow starts to like itch at his back, and he starts to like squirm and kind of arch forward, and you're kind of moving your clothes around, and then suddenly these iridescent purple, opal, white wings just burst forth. The membranes of purple running down these leathery wings, almost bat-like, probably more like dragon-like, as his dragon-like essence emerges from him. And there is a puff of ice and it shatters and kind of falls down in a crystalline little haze on the wasteland below.
Yeah, protect us. He's been possessed by Sezzec.
That was
He's
awesome
melting.
description.
You okay, buddy?
Oh, look at them. He's gonna flap them. See if he can fly with them.
Yeah. You start to lift and become airborne as your small kobold body ascends in the air.
Just I tell you, look, he can fly.
Is that all kobolds or just him?
It's like a bird.
This is the first time I've ever heard of it. Oh, this is awesome.
Snow, you're magnificent.
I want to levitate up and then see if I can like grab onto Snow as he goes by and see if he can pull me.
Make an attack roll.
No. I want to see.
You're trying to grab him, right?
Yeah.
It's the technically an attack roll.
You want me to make an attack roll? I don't.
It's
like a
technically
grapple.
an attack.
Okay. To attempt to grab on.
You're not trying to hurt him. You're just trying to grab him.
Okay.
If he sees him lifting up to try and meet him, he's gonna grab him by the hand and like pull him around too. So
Okay, so you have it.
it's not contested.
Okay. Is this with Dex or? Is there
I believe it's similar to a grapple roll, so it'd be strength, correct?
Strength. Well, I got.
But it would be opposed. It would be opposed strength grapple checks by both. So,
Well,
Rid
he's not contesting it. So
Okay. Well, I rolled a 12 and I have a -1 strength.
Red, roll a 20 for me. 1 through 10, this succeeds. 11 through 20, it doesn't.
I rolled a nat 1.
Hey, it succeeds. The only time. So as it starts to levitate, and he's like his little cat paws, like floundering around trying to grab hold of flying around Soot. Soot looks, Snow looks down. His eyes turn like cobalt azure, and they kind of glisten with this power of a draconic essence in him. Reach out a little clawed hand and grab hold of Soot, and you see the two hands lock forearm to forearm. Soot's black paw and Snow's white hand, and he's got kind of whirl around.
Yay!
This is awesome.
Is he not possessed? Because we're kind of in hell. You're kind of the demon-like wings. I just want to make sure, says it already.
Brad, Snow doesn't smell any different, does he?
Let me check.
So as you get close and you take a nice big whiff of Snow, he still smells like perfume, and his home of pret-a-pret and fresh baked pastries, but he also smells of, let's see, how do I describe this? The breath weapon of a white dragon, which would probably this kind of frigid rime smell of like frost and really like iceberg almost.
Huh. He sort of smells like a snow cone. I think he's fine.
Oh, that's okay.
Fine, this is the best I've ever felt. He's gonna flap down.
Do you feel like you're going to do something evil soon?
Nope.
they're right next to each other on my screen, and I see one and the other.
Okay, so what are we doing? You guys can look around, you can travel, make perception checks, or do other things, whatever you want.
I'd like to
If
investigate
anyone's
to
seen
see.
anything, I guess it would be the eye.
Oh, the floating eye things, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
It's that castle or whatever. Or lab.
the Dias thingy that said this is the way or something.
Yes.
Is there any kind of arrows, or is it just inscription?
It's inscription, but you notice that there is a sort of gold filament that's slowly burning down, almost like it's a timer.
Oh.
Okay, so whatever we do, we got to make this decision now.
I mean, the tower seems the obvious choice.
Or the ship.
Or the weird lab island.
Yeah, there's a remnants of a laboratory. There is what looks to be the saloon from the festival field, though actually completed. And then there's the remnants of what appears to be some sort of ship and the sort of tower out of the water.
I want to.
If I know a Nolo at all, he'd most likely be in the saloon.
I want to cast Thaumaturgy and just
Okay.
shout, "Novo!"
Okay. You hear your voice resound throughout the abyss and echo across the land. Suddenly, you see all the floating eyes just turn to you and immediately start to gravitate towards you. There is a small. There's not many of them, but there's probably about 6 of them coming from from all around you. They're kind of far away, but they have been alerted to your presence, and as they get closer, you realize it is just one eyeball that is almost like a reptilian kind of eye, where it's the kind of slit, kind of goes sideways, and it has like these lids that just kind of blink, and the whole iris and is just bloodshot. It's just almost just red, and the veins crack all the way around the actual eyeball, and stringy bits of retina and residue and veins just drag down and scrape along the wasteland ground.
I'm just gonna turn around to everybody in the party and go, "I shouldn't have done that."
I need all of you to make wisdom saving throws.
Oh, jeez.
I hate you so much, Calvin.
It seemed like a really good idea at the time.
Nat 20.
Is it a whiz save against magic?
No.
Okay,
Or
I just
charm?
have to ask. I
Not
have
charm.
advantage against in whiz saves against magic. So
I got 11.
Brad rolled a 15.
How big are these eyeballs anyway?
This is good.
23.
They are
17.
medium-sized creatures.
Okay, so like big guys.
Yeah. They are probably 6 foot tall.
Ooh, gross.
Okie doke. Oh, this is going to be awesome.
I got a 3x.
Hold on. So, everybody who is under 18 gets to suffer something.
Okay, Brad's suffering. Cool.
So, let us start with Snow. Snow.
You said there's gonna be something evil.
Suddenly, you get the distinct sensation and the belief that there's more than one mind inside of your head. And this replaces your current character flaw.
Interesting.
All right. So, Wax. Your new character flaw
Oh boy.
is someone is plotting to kill me. I need to strike first to stop them.
You're all dead.
Oh no.
I can't scroll down. Who is next? Go away.
I didn't
Sorry,
put
there's
yeah, mine was a 17.
Okay, Ander. Your new character flaw is there is only one solution to my problems. Kill them all.
Anything
How do I do that?
That's
Figure it out.
that's yeah. This is your new madness, so to speak. And Brad, you failed, correct?
Yep.
Your new character flaw is if you don't agree with me, I'll beat you into submission to get my way.
Oh boy.
Is everyone else? Is that it? Everyone else failed?
That must be it.
I go stealth.
Okay. What do you do? The eyeballs are easily probably 300 feet away, so they're kind of a distance away. And there are rocks and things around you. There are trees, and as you look down on the grass, you see it's teeming with lizards and coiled snakes and other things that look poisonous.
As I am the one that have royally screwed this up, I want to cast Arcane Gate as far towards the tower, 500 feet towards the tower area.
Okay.
And then, blow out the smoke portal and be like, you run away?
We gotta stay and kill them all. Matt, are we aware that we're different, or we just think this is
you
the way we
definitely
always-
you feel changed, as if like it's like a madness effect. So you definitely your behavior is altered because of this.
And to be clear, do I think my friends want to kill me?
I'll leave that to your discretion. Talker, Tyrael.
I turn to Ander and point towards the gate. Ander, if we take the head off the snake, the body dies. Go!
No. All right, fine, but something's dying.
I would also like to cast Thaumaturgy, and I want to mimic the roar of the Sphinx in an attempt to intimidate my surroundings.
Okay, cool. I'm going to give you inspiration for this. This is pretty clever.
Also, to
All right,
draw
so
them here too.
Roll your intimidation check.
That's a 27.
Okay. So, as you look around and you exhale this roar, this is immense roar that is reminiscent of the Sphinx itself, and it's sort of holy divine energy. You remember how it pierced through your body, echoes throughout this entire abyssal plane, shattering bits of stone as it echoes around. And all the eyeballs just kind of freeze, and they just kind of stop, and they start to retreat a little bit, but then they stop again, very, very wary of what is in front of them.
Nice. Okay. And I run through the gate as well.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Others?
Yeah, stealthily I run through that gate.
Okay. So as you emerge from behind a rock, you just kind of slink through the side of it.
So it's going to be wait, what? Oh, okay. All right, let's go. And then he'll run forward. Like he was kind of like talking to himself for a moment.
Okay.
Oh, okay, right.
Run to the gate.
Matt, to clarify, it's just a flaw, right? This is my previous flaw. I was a sucker for a pretty face, but I didn't try to get with every woman that we came across.
Correct. Yes. Yes.
Okay. I'm not it's not compulsion to.
No. It's not like it's a charm. It's not like confusion spell. It's not. No, it's. This is currently a new character flaw. Do we all? Is
shall we
Brad still
then?
there?
How far away are the eyeball things?
They're about 300 feet.
Oh yeah, Brad will just go right through the gate. That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, Alvin's going through.
Okay.
Yeah, the second they're all through, I dispel it.
Okay.
Sort of a disturbing autocorrect. I was trying to type kill all in my character flaw here, and it said kill employees all.
Yikes.
The FBI knocks on
Yikes.
my door tomorrow.
That's Skynet talking to you. So, as you guys emerge 500 feet away to the east towards this tower in a lake, you notice that there is a herd of what looks to be like these twisted centaurs. And they're kind of circling around. There's a lot of dust being kicked up, and whatever. It's they have 4 arms each, and their bodies are this kind of rust color. Then their flesh has been ripped and torn. They have 2 large tusks that emerge around from their mouth. 2 tusks, a pair of horns that come up from their heads. Just black pools of eyeballs, and they seem to right now being engaged with each other, trying to rip and tear each other for dominance. But yeah, they are closer than you would like, but off in the distance. It's going to take some travel time to get there because it is easily another mile away. Is the tower.
My friends, this is a dangerous place we find ourselves in. I suggest that our best option is to move stealthily through this place, trying not to engage any of them. I'm thinking I could cast Pass Without Trace. We all follow together, enveloped by my magical shadow, and hope for the best.
Sounds like a good idea as any.
We have our Fey medallions too.
What?
Some of you do, or all of you might. I do not.
Yeah, I could make 4 of us invisible, but maybe we should save our spell slots. I should save mine.
Yeah,
Your
I'll
ability
make
to
it
cast spells is a bit more precious than some of the others. I think so. You should hang on.
Let's see. So Pass Without Trace affects everybody in a radius anyway, right?
30 feet, yeah.
Yeah, we just have to stay grouped together.
Yep, as long as you stay together. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna cast that.
Okay. So how do you cast that?
First, I move my cat out of the way so I can read my spells, and then
An essential step.
That's the somatic
yes,
component.
yeah, that's the somatic component. And then Pass Without Trace. A veil of shadows and silence radiates out from me, masking myself and my companions from detection. I pull out some. The material components are ashes from a burned leaf of mistletoe and a so. So I pull the ashes out and I kind of wave my hands around, doing my magical bit, and it.
All right, cool. So as a sort of gray fog descends upon you and envelops you in this kind of aura, you guys realize that you have much more stealth and that your traces are being covered. And as you walk, you realize your footsteps are being masked magically. And so as you do that and you start to head forward, I need you all to make stealth checks.
And pass without a trace gives us how much to that?
It's a
Plus
plus
10.
10 bonus.
20.
The lowest I can have is a 26 BT dubs.
Spectacular.
29. Thank you, Lucky Turtle.
39.
39. Good lord.
40.
Shoot.
Is that our first 40
sure.
roll?
40?
I think that might be the first
40 it is.
Bruh.
I didn't know I can get that high.
26 for snow.
Again.
32.
It's ridiculous.
The next time we have a die rolling challenge, it's going to be like we have to roll so high.
This
I
is-
rolled a
just
15, so
I've
I
got
really
expertise.
needed this.
Oh my
man.
goodness.
Okay, so yeah. That's a lot higher than I expected. Not gonna lie. Anyway. Okay. So, as you guys start to creep your way through this abyss, the land shifts. There are like inverted stalagmites kind of suspended in air. The trees are kind of warped and bent. You're finding your spot to be stealthy and provide cover. But even so, from above, you hear Sezzec speak out once again.
Sorry. Order? There is no order. Only the void. Nothing comes for all of you.
So at least Sezzec is aware that you are here, if not the herds of the deformed centaur kind of things. And as you're making your way around, the land gets colder as you approach this lake. You feel that the cold verge on the extreme, where your fingers and your limbs and your toes are starting to like freeze and just get preternaturally cold. Do any of you have a change of clothes or warm clothes?
I still have
God.
my frostfell clothes in my
Yeah,
pack
me too.
somewhere.
I was going to say, any of us who adventured in the Frostfell.
That would omit me, by the way.
What? I went there looking for them at one point.
You did.
Yeah. So I probably have something.
Withstand
it
freeze.
makes sense that you would.
Okay.
Technically, aren't we still wearing those suits too?
Yeah, we got the hazmat suit thing.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
Except for Snow, who's definitely taken them off to get the wings out.
Oh yeah. That had to be removed for the wings.
But
Yeah,
the
I guess
hazmat
we-
suit is not really thermally built, you know.
Yeah, I would imagine we got to strip those off and switch them. If you guys want to slap them in my bag of holding, I'll hold on to them for you.
Sure, that sounds good.
Yeah, when Soot goes to take his off, he actually just grabs like the zipper that looks like it's a part of his skin because he's been using disguise self this whole time, just to kind of and he like takes off an outer soot that turns into one of the.
Whoa!
Turns into regular soot.
Well, it turns
Like
yeah,
cartoon.
regular soot's inside, but he takes off the protection suit.
This is like that creepy scene I saw the clip of from Cats, the new movie.
Yeah, exactly like that, precisely like that.
I was thinking like a Tom and Jerry cartoon where like Tom takes his fur off like it's a jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see the new Cats thing. I heard it was frightening.
There's a little
didn't
clip
either.
where there's like a dance scene and one of the cats zips off their fur to reveal them in their fur still with a like cocktail dress on or something. I don't know. It was weird.
Everything I learn or see about that movie just makes me want to watch it less. And I already didn't want to watch it.
Yes.
I want to watch it out of
Okay.
like morbid curiosity.
I was gonna say there is a morbid curiosity in there somewhere.
Yeah, like I've sat through the entire Star Wars holiday special from beginning to end with no breaks. You know,
Wow.
I like
So-
to. I wear that as a
Wow.
like that's a badge of honor for me. Like being able to subject yourself to like really bad stuff.
I only saw clips. I applaud you for that.
It was the worst. I mean, like about like halfway through, I was like, I don't know, I don't know if I can do it.
Okay, sorry for the delay. Those of you who are not equipped for this kind of cold, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. So you guys are traveling and you're hiking, and the coldness just wears on you. Just not eats at you, but starts to sink into your body and really affect how you're behaving and your movement.
Brad rolled a 17.
Okay, that's fine.
I have a 20.
Wax, you're good. Okay, so it's just you two, I think.
Yeah, the rest of us had our Frostfell gear.
Okay. So as you're traveling, where's my dice? Dice. Oh yeah. So some of the actually, if you're looking around, make perception checks.
Oof.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Oh, 11.
21.
12.
Okay. So those of you who had 15 or above, you are seeing slowly emerge out of the water more of these eyes. It's kind of just, you see it just kind of just squish up out from the looks to be almost a frozen surface of a lake, and then there's some that are circling around this tower, but the eyes have definitely noticed movement, even though you guys are all stealthing. They haven't noticed you per se, but you notice that their eyes kind of turn towards your direction, and
Right,
some
you
just
said
Go ahead.
eyes, right? Because you cut off a little bit. I wasn't sure if you said eyes or ice.
eyes, multiple eyes, coming out of the ice. I should have probably thought about that before I created this whole damn thing. Yeah. So so just be aware that as you guys are moving stealthily, that there is a presence that is aware of you. I need you guys to make stealth checks once more.
And we still have that plus 10, right? Oh gosh, I hope we do.
Yes, you do.
100%.
Natural 20 again.
Oh my
25.
gosh.
Oops.
Andy, you're killing it.
Might
41.
have been. I'm using a power.
It's this expertise. So my skill is plus 15, but because I have expertise, I roll two 20s, right? And I just rolled a 16 plus his 10, so that's 26 and naturally, and then a 15 is a lot.
Good deal.
20.
Crazy
A total of
crackers.
45.
I rolled a 3 and I got a 20.
Oh my god. Okay. That spell is bonkers. Like, why do they have this spell? This is crazy.
I know. I think the main thing about it, the big flaw is, well, no, I mean, it is bonkers. It's pretty OP, but if someone is scrying you or whatever, magical
yeah.
trackings.
Yeah, that. Okay. So as you guys are navigating your way down through this crevice that turns into more of a larger walkway as these rock cliffs emerge up around you as you're going down through the center section towards a beach. And all along the beach is for as many grains of sand there are as a beach, here are bones. And they're all shapes and sizes. They are small, they are different races, different genders, even different species. But it's just a beach of just bones as far all the way around this lake as you can see.
So fingernails.
In the center, like, as the water kind of washes up and laps against these bones, you see there is an ice that kind of clings to the bones as it retreats. And even though the water is kind of unduant and thick, and as it laps, and there's more of like these icicles, you hear this ching across all the bones all around you as it retreats back towards the tower. The tower itself is just the most awful black you can imagine. It is the total absence of any light, of any life. It is a craggy mass of misshapen towers and rocks, and it kind of forms itself into one, but there's kind of like this crooked spire at the very top, and it kind of just leans, and it kind of, the rest of it descends down into the water below. What do you do?
Is there no obvious bridge to the tower?
No.
How far away is the gap?
The tower is where's my map? Map. Oh, it's 500 feet away. Sorry.
Oh, so yeah, so just looks at the distance, kind of gauges it, and goes, "Oh, maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe I shouldn't have used that up."
Well, you did what we thought was best at the time, and it still may have been. Is there like a portcullis on the front of it, or is it just like...
It's make a perception check first.
Yeah, probably hard against all that solid black on solid black. 6.
Yeah, you're not seeing any real openings. It's very difficult to see pretty much anything besides its ominous outline against this frozen-ish lake.
I can cast fly on myself and one other person.
I can fly with snow pulling me.
I can bat.
That's all.
I could wild shape.
Yeah.
Brad could also wild shape. I can't fly, but I can be tiny.
I can carry you then. Actually, I can carry one person my size, I think. I don't know what that says in the description. Oops, wrong button.
Is that specifically called out in the fly spell that you can carry?
I mean, if you
I
turned
don't know.
into a great eagle, I'd be okay, but other than that, I have no fly spells or anything.
Yeah,
I
I'm
need
sure
you-
if I did giant eagle, I could carry one person.
I need all of you to make dexterity checks with disadvantage.
Oof.
Oh boy, yeah, that is not good. That is a 4.
10. 10-4.
Oh no.
Got an 11.
7.
23.
Dun, dun, dun.
10.
Okay.
There's a bunch of us around that 10 area.
Disadvantage ruined my 16 plus.
Yeah, my other one was a 19 on the die.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's not a 9. No, wait, I didn't get an 11. I got a 6,
Oh, no.
7. I got an 8. An 8.
Oh wait,
Okay.
it's worse.
But wait, there's more.
8. There we go.
Okay. So those of you below 18, which I think is the majority of you, the from beneath your feet, the bones just give way into these almost these tunnels almost, and you are pulled down or falling down into these bone pits. And as these arms and hands and feet are kicking and pulling and grappling at you, pulling you down further, each of you in the pits are grappled currently, and you have now taken 10 points of slashing damage. I think it was only Wax who saved. So Wax says, you see this kind of this channel or this channel open, you're like, and you just jump out of the way real quick.
How deep is that hole that they're in?
It's currently 20 feet.
I'm gonna
But it
drop
seems-
my hempen rope down there.
The holes are growing as it buries itself deeper into this chasm of the abyss. So you don't know how long it will go, but they are growing steadily, almost exponentially each round.
All right, so I guess I use an action, right, to pull out my my 50 feet of rope, and
Okay.
I drop it, and I shout, "Grab the rope!"
There's holes under each person, not one hole. So who do you pick?
I still have a scarf of feather fall, so I'm not falling very fast.
Okay,
Yeah.
but you're still being pulled down by all the bone hands.
I'm being boned. Okay.
I
I
resisted,
Amazing.
darn it.
I'm gonna throw it. So I would say that I'm gonna give the rope to Brad.
Okay. So you toss the 50 feet of rope down to Brad.
Brad will grab the rope.
Okay. So when you can, you will in your next turn you'll have advantage on escaping the grapple and pulling yourself out. Okay.
Sweet.
Okay. So let's just go around. Let's start with Soot. Soot, what do you do?
Okay, so there's actually people like grabbing onto me.
Not really people. It's more like appendages and remnants of things.
Like a nightmare. You know.
Oh yeah, no, like just some normal everyday life for me. Okay.
Oh, no.
Shoot. I don't have a whole lot of hit points, so I'm gonna dimension door back up, towards to Wax.
Okay. So as the bones are pulling you down, you feel like a foot just kind of just smack on your face and push you down into this hole. You take your pipe and blow this little dimension door and kind of crawl out of it. I need you to make an acrobatics check real quick.
Oh, okay.
To escape this kind of nonsense.
All right. That's only an 8.
You have a mug and you have an inspiration die if you wish.
Oh, I'm done. I'm gonna mug it. I mean, it's magic. It should just. I guess I'm trying to do the somatic components and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, that's much better. 15. 17.
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay.
Yeah. So as you find a way to get your hands free and cast a spell and climb up out and through the arcane gate. So you have to pass through it, correct?
No, it just like it's like a bamf.
Oh, okay. I thought. Okay.
Yeah, there's arcane gate and then there's dimension door. I have both of
Okay,
them.
I was confusing the two. I apologize. But still, it's just for to keep your hands moving against the
Yeah.
restraints.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Good. So you bamf out, poof, and you appear next to Wax, and you look up at him, big cat eyes, and Wax looks down at you. Okay, Tyrael.
Okay. I am going to attempt to So I'm having a little bit of trouble with patient defense because if I take dodge as an action to try and have advantage on my dex saves, my speed is technically 0, right? So that just kind of doesn't work.
No,
Okay.
you're currently grappled. You have to escape the grapple.
Okay. So I guess what I'll do first then, is try and escape the grapple.
Okay, make an acrobatics check. Snow, you're on deck.
12.
As you start to bend and twist, before I give you an answer, you do have a mug and inspiration die.
I'm gonna try and wing it on the grounds that I may be able to, favored by the gods, my way out.
Okay.
So, I mean, obviously the result was negative, right? 12. Okay, so I can technically hear the result if
if you with favored by the gods.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, it is a failure. Yeah.
Okay. 2d4 to try and improve it, and 15.
That's just enough.
Yes, favored by the gods. Praise to you. Okay, so
as you
getting out
kind of you're looking at these hands and these, you see like these little halfling hands just grab onto your ankles. And you kind of you shake them off your feet, and there's like a dragonborn hands that lashing on your arms like Fah! And you start to climb out through this bone pile, back up to the top.
Okay. Before I end that, I'd like to drop a key point for what is it called? Step of the Wind. And the Ether Fluxers will be happy to hear that my jump distance is doubled for the turn. So I'm going to try and jump out of there.
There's no fire pits around, are there?
No, I don't think so.
No fire pits.
I can cast bonfire. Hold on.
No!
Inside joke.
Okay, so as Tyrael
You're fine.
crawls out of the pit, panting, kicking bones and other viscera and shrapnel off of him, a voice from above resounds throughout the abyss.
Come to quench your thirst. I hope this is to your vintage. Innocents are those who died in fear.
Okay.
I'm
Snow, you're up.
gonna help Tyrael out of the.
I'm
pit.
going.
Okay.
Where did the die go? There it is. I'm going to make the acrobatics check to try and escape the grapple. That's a 19 on the die plus 3. So.
Okay. Oh yeah, totally.
22. And use my wings to fly 30 feet up.
So as you start, you smash these bits of bones. You hear this clatter, and it falls down, and you go, Goosh! and your wings spread and shatter the inside of this hole with bits of your frosty wings, and you shoot out in this kind of plume of frost, and you gently land next to your friends back on the bone beach.
Actually, I think I'm going to stay flying after that.
Okay, you stay flying. Sorry. Fair enough.
Just a little ways off ground, you know.
Yeah. All right, Alvin, Andrew, you're on deck.
Alvin's going to. Yeah, I'm going to try to attack the bones in an attempt to get them to unhand me. So I'm going to shock and grasp them, is what I'm.
Okay, cool.
Uh, 16 to hit.
That's a hit.
Okay. So just a sec. for 9 lightning damage. Ah, hands off of me!
Yeah, so as you reach out with your gifted new appendage, right?
Yes. So my right arm, I believe. is the one.
Yeah. And you thrust your hand into like the kind of sandy wall of this bone pit, and you just send this lightning all the way around. The thing's just going freeze. I'll give you advantage on the acrobatics check.
Okay, cool. I got a nat 20 with advantage.
Nice. So as they are frozen in momentarily position, you see that this clear, almost staircase effect as you kind of boom, climbing up on these femurs and bones and all that kind of stuff, all the way up to the top, like a skull that kind of protrudes. You're like, yay! And you just leap out back onto the bone beach.
All right, cool.
All right, Ander, Brad, you're on deck.
Okay, so is there anyone I can talk? So who's down here still? Is it just Brad?
You're in your each individual holes. They're like little silos.
So I can't touch Brad.
No.
Damn it. I will just try to break the hold then.
Okay. Make an acrobatics check.
It would be a 21.
Oh yeah, totally. So as you are looking around, and you smash some. You break out your loot, and you smash some of the other hands against you, and you start to climb. And you're kicking at the rest of the feet that get next to you, and you climb your way out pretty easily. All right, so Brad, you have advantage on your athletics check, or acrobatics check, whatever's higher.
Sweet. Dirty 20.
Yeah, that's plenty. So as you see Wax throw down the 50 feet of the rope, you grab onto it, you're pulling and pulling. You feel him tugging you back. And the bones and all the hands and the other things grappling at you just kind of fade away as you kind of slip around and dodge all your way through the hole. You guys are emerged from the hole, though you see them kind of swirling and churning still.
Thanks, Wax. Let's never do that again, guys.
Aw.
Agree.
Strong agree.
The eyeballs are slowly getting closer.
So who's right now?
I didn't hear you.
Who is flying right now?
I think just snow.
I think right now.
I was actually gonna say I'd like to levitate up off of the ground. As much
Okay.
as I'd like to go on another bone pit ride.
I'm gonna cast fly on myself and on Brad.
Okay. So you
Before
guys.
I'll bat it up.
Before I forget to, I'm gonna roll a concentration check on keeping pass without trace, because I took damage.
Oh yeah, good idea. I forgot that was concentration. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So 15 on the die, plus 2, 17.
Yep, you're good. Totally good.
Cool.
Brad's
Wanted to
gonna.
remember to keep it legit.
Yeah. Brad's gonna give you, Trombley, you're gonna get resistance. So he's gonna lean over towards Alvin with his little finger puppet and do a little sparkly nose boop. Saying, "Be strong, brother."
Thank you, Brad.
Never get tired of that.
And then I'm gonna wild shape into a giant eagle and grab Tyrael, I think, because he can't fly by himself.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, so that's
That's everybody.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab onto Snow.
Yeah, yeah, you guys are okay.
I'll grab them and
Okay, so guys, you guys are all flying off towards the center tower. The eyeballs just kind of just rotate and look up at you. Difficult make. No, no, no. Where is it? I'm sorry, I just gotta double check something real quick, guys.
Take your time.
was Soot de-aged or something?
Just a little bit. 5 years.
Yeah, there was like some time reversal too, but
Wanted to make sure when I went for him, I didn't actually accidentally be like, "Why are you okay now?"
Okay. No, he's only he was 23. Not that you could tell. But
so as you are approaching the center or the top, or actually no, you're approaching the craggy, weird tower that is deformed and just pure blackness. Where are you guys headed? There's like the sort of the middle portion, and there's the top, but you clearly see now that kind of there's a vast kind of under structure buried underneath this water.
Does it look like there's any place to...
Can you say that again, Matt? There's a structure, what?
There's a large structure under the water. It looks very not like, I mean, it's immense. I mean, there is a lot of other, I don't know, foundation below it, but there's also, look, it gets wider and expands, so it looks like there's actually much more to the building under the surface of this cold water than appears on top.
Should we try and find a window as close to the base as we can? Looks like wherever we're going, below.
I would rather start at the top just so we have nothing to our backs for a little bit.
Nothing has gone wrong every other time that we've gone to the top of a tower and tried to go down to the bottom.
Technically, we've only had one time that's been bad.
That's the time. That's the time I'm talking about. That worked out fine.
I vote for the top too. That way, at least, if we start in the middle, we don't know if we should go up or down, and then we have to pick one. And if we're wrong, backtrack.
Yeah, we don't want to miss any of like a huge tower full of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there could be lots of things in there that could kill us.
We might find a Nolo too.
The goal is a Nolo. Yeah.
Let me remind you that we need a way out after too. So maybe starting from the top and working our way down is at least somewhat guaranteeing a way out.
Would a Nolo be a princess in a tower or a warrior kept down deep in a dungeon?
Yes.
Considering that, I'm assuming we all know a Nolo. I don't think he's got the ability to fly. He's a big hunk of metal man. I'd assume he would probably start at the bottom, but who knows? He's been here a lot longer than we have.
He may not be free to move either, so that's why I'm thinking he might be stashed someplace.
All right, so start at the top then.
That's what I'd say.
Whoa, did I just hear a hawk?
Nice.
Whose hawk was that? What was that?
That was Elvin, right?
I'd like to give him inspiration.
I'm trying to dedicate myself to the wild.
That's totally inspiration worthy. Yes, totally. Thank you, Ender.
Giant eagles.
What do you think, Alvin? It's awesome.
All right.
We agree.
Very nice. So
It's just so much fun to do.
How'd you do? I mean, I'll ask you later. I want to know how you did that later.
Yeah,
but...
no problem.
Okay. So you guys are flying towards this tower. You feel the presence of it just almost gravitationally, magnetically pull you or start to extract parts of your inner core, like your life essence, being pulled toward this against your will. Everyone make Constitution saving throws.
Oh boy.
19.
Dirty 20.
18.
I got a whole 9.
Did you seriously
Eight.
a 3, Alvin?
Uno, dos, tres. I rolled the 2.
14.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? I'm a mug that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we do
And we-
have
That's not a bad
two
idea.
You, have
inspiration as
you
well.
still have 2 inspiration.
Mug it first. For sure. Sounds good.
I've already mugged it.
I mugged it for 7.
17.
Oh no.
There's 2 inspiration if you guys wish to use them.
It is near the end of the night too.
That's a good
I mugged
point.
for 21.
Wow, already?
Can I use one of the inspiration as well?
Have at it.
Do it up.
Okay. 1 down.
That's 14 now.
Nice.
Did we use up all the inspiration, or are we down to 1?
There's one left.
Okay.
I think Matt was just using it. Matt, did you re-roll?
For the same exact result I got from mugging it.
No.
Just
So
off.
we're at
Fate.
0.
No more
No,
inspiration?
That was a mug for him. I mean,
And he
Charlie, there
mugged,
still
and
is.
then he inspired.
Oh really?
Okay.
Dude.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was a real bad string of luck for me.
Okay, so
It ain't easy being a hawk.
can I get updated scores from Soot and Alvin?
14 now. I updated mine.
Okay. Thank you. So, those of you who had 15 or lower, you feel that part of your life force has been drawn and extracted from you into the tower.
Cool.
Yeah, you're going to take 10 points of psychic damage, and you suffer a rank of exhaustion.
Oof.
As you feel, you're just like
Okay.
tired and like you just ran almost a marathon and you're just tired. Your eyes are kind of drooping. Your senses aren't as sharp. You're not there. So
Okay.
it's like 10 psychic and 1 rank of exhaustion.
I have resistance to psychic damage.
Then you take 5 damage.
Okay. If a creature is dealing psychic damage to me, that creature takes the same amount of damage that I do.
It's not a creature.
Aw.
Sorry. Sorry.
Does the tower feel bad about it?
Oh hell no! The tower wants more. So, as you guys land on the top of this tower, it's a craggy mess. There's no like clear landing spot, but it is almost this weird warped, very surface of the moon kind of effect. You know, there's one large spire or curved spire coming in this way, one large one coming up around the other way. And you look around, and you see the whole of the abyss before you, and in the other directions, the other earth motes have faded away. Parts of other things are getting closer. You look down at the water below you. It's kind of a glassy blue surface that is churning and teeming and other things, and you hear a voice once more.
Why delay the inevitable? The frigid void beckons. Its blackness consumes.
And as you hear Sezzec's voice, you feel an overwhelming sense of dread. But your friend is down there, and you know what you need to do. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Ah, The cliffhangers.
Oh, man, it's so cool.
Tyrael,
Yeah,
you
this
did
has
an
been
awesome
epic.
job at Sezzec tonight, dude.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
I'm going to be very sad and elated when this guy goes away. I mean, I love the voice.
Well, you know, we might die, so
yeah.
So yeah,
Adventures
maybe
of
you can just
Sezzec.
keep doing Sezzec.
You guys can like be the peanut gallery to Sezzec's bad decisions.
Or we play the evil campaign that no one actually wants to do. Right? We've talked about that before. None of us are like, oh, evil campaign? Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
I don't know if you want to know me as an evil character.
I could do like an evil one shot, but I wouldn't want to like week in, week out play an evil person.
I would be
Right.
down for us all being good characters, trying like pretending to be evil.
but I wouldn't mind doing.
That's
I mean,
funny.
I don't particularly want to do an evil campaign, but like if we were evil but not evil to each other, you know, like we're all close knit. But
Kind of like the Suicide Squad.
I didn't see it, but okay.
A
Neither
bunch
did
of bad
I, but the
guys that are
premise.
friends.
Speaking as one of the people who cringes at the rude dialogue in video games, I talk a big game, but I don't know if I can actually carry that through.
I don't know if I could. I don't think you guys want to see me as a player in the evil campaign. That would probably not go well.
You might scare me, Matt.
But you know, I mean, yeah, we could always do group D&D sessions, maybe like a monthly evil session.
We could have a one shot
We could
of
do it.
like
Yeah, I could make a one shot.
Like
yeah.
an evil one shot might be interesting, but I think that'd be about
For
as
like
far as I'd
Halloween or
wanna go.
something, you know?
Well,
we all
I
get
mean-
goatees.
And for like on my end,
what are you
it'd be
trying to say?
awesome to play a good character instead of all the bad guys.
Yeah, that's true.
Dude.
For Halloween, I think it would be fun to play a monstrous campaign.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
To play evil, you don't necessarily have to be like monolithically evil. Like if anybody has ever read the Dragonlance books, Rastlin is he starts off as a player character essentially, right? One of the companions, and he gradually becomes evil and wants to have power and magic and this sort of stuff. But he's always nice to children. He tries not to hurt people, but you know he's ultimately trying to manipulate people and get what he wants. So it's like a level of evil, I guess.
Yeah, that's sort of interesting.
Just one calorie.
If we somehow tied it back to the Oddlot, that would be kind of cool. Like, if
I
it
could make
was
that
like
happen.
it was like Matt and Calvin like as the heroes, and like the rest of us were like the monsters or like the bad guys for that session, and it's somehow tied into our story.
What if we played as the Gideon's crew there? I mean, they're not necessarily evil, but they're not necessarily good either.
Oh, like Tuzard?
Tuzard's pretty neutral. You know, he doesn't really care. He could be manipulated.
I gotta bring Gideon back.
I at least have to
Yeah,
tell
right.
him one more pun before I'm murdered by him. So
Oh, one more.
Based on how many puns you do, eventually we're just going to murder you.
but you know, I mean, that's technically a TPK. Gideon taking me out would at least be the DM finally ending me.
Anyway, are we?
We're still
on? Is
live.
the stream
We're still
over?
live.
Oh, we're
We
still
should-
live.
we
Thanks
should,
all for watching. for
we should
sure.
say goodbye
Thank
to
you
the
all for
internet.
showing
Thank
up.
you,
Can't wait to see
everybody.
what the
Yeah,
comments
just
say.
talk about
Right.
stuff. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
ya.
Thanks for hanging out. Peace and love. Stay away from each other.
Yeah, don't touch
Wash your
me.
hands.
And see you next
Don't
week.
touch me.
Act like we all got cooties.
Bye.